if you really want to maintain and you want to grow consistently as a natural bodybuilder, I just need you to be. Welcome to Just Beast. I'm your trainer Jasper Bravo. Guys, on this video I'm just going to give you tips on how you can grow your body as a natural bodybuilder. How you can have that lean, well-jacked body as a natural bodybuilder, and you're starting right now. So I had to stick that there so that I can speak freely, because I like expressing myself this way, because this is a very serious topic, guys. Because it is my mission in this life to make sure that as many people as possible grow their bodies without having to think that they have to use steroids or PEDs or any type of performance enhancing drugs. And that's why I'm here to just tell you guys that it is very possible to do very naturally. It's very good to be very jacked. For a lady, it's awesome. It's very possible to have a very beautiful hips and a very flat tummy without having to do liposuction, without having to do what? To use steroids, by the way. You can do this naturally, and you're starting right now. So, number one tip, because let me just debunk some things that people shall think that there's a very big difference between somebody who uses steroids and somebody who doesn't. Like, you need to do things just wide apart in difference for you to grow. But the opposite is actually true. There's not so much difference between somebody who works out naturally and somebody who doesn't. There's not so much difference in that of somebody who works out naturally and somebody who doesn't. There isn't so much. Though there are some differences. So I'm going to start with the similarities and tell you the differences, and we're sitting right now. Number one, the things you just need to do both of the sides, whether you're natural or not, is you have to have a very high intense workout, which means your workout should not be half-assed. You should not be going to the gym to wait for. You work out for 30 minutes, and within these 30 minutes you rested for 20 minutes making stories and only worked out for 10 minutes. That is not how to do it. Both of the sides, even if you're using steroids or not, you need to work out really hard. You need to really push yourself when you're working hard. So number one, you just need, both of you, whether you're natural like me and whether somebody else who is not, both of us just need to work out with a lot of high intensity. If they don't, even if you're working out and you have steroids inside your bloodstream, you're not going to look as good as I am. You know. Anyway, that's what's up. So you have to work really hard when you're in the gym. It's not all about just going there, but when you go there, what do you do when you're inside there? You have to push yourself. You have to go almost close to failure. And what does it mean to go almost close to failure? Make sure that after every set, when you stop, you are remaining with 2 to 0 reps remaining for you to get to failure. But if you're leaving like 5 reps on the table, then you're not doing enough, whether you are on steroids or not. You have to concentrate on progressive overload, both of you. Like somebody who is working out on steroids and somebody who is not, who is a natural bodybuilder, both of you have to check on you getting stronger every day. As you work out, make sure you're getting stronger in various lifts. Make sure that everything you're doing, you're getting more reps done, or you're getting more weights on the bar, so that you get stronger. Because when you get stronger, it will show in your body. But if you fill yourself with so much steroids, there's something you used to be told when you were young, which was a big lie, that if you are on steroids, you don't need to work out, your body will grow. That's not true. There has to be some stimulus on your muscles for it to grow, and that is it going through some stress, which is caused by resistance training. Another thing that both of you just have to do, and if you don't do this, you're not going to grow, whether you are natural or not, is you have to do what is called, you have to train your body parts at least once per week. At least once per week. Twice per week is the optimal, but once per week is the minimum. You have to train each and every part of the body once per week. Those are the stuff that you really need to do. Now let's check at those things that, when it comes to that, which are the things that are similar. You have to eat, both of you guys need to do enough proteins. That is a gram per pound of body weight. Both the person who is on steroids and the person who is not. So if you work out on steroids and you don't eat enough proteins, the steroids are not miraculously going to make you have some weight. You just have to eat enough proteins. Same as people who are working out naturally, you don't need to eat less of anything or more of anything just because you're natural. You just need to eat enough proteins, the same as somebody who is on steroids. Another thing is when it comes to carbs. Now when it comes to carbs, now here where we have a difference. Here there's a difference, just a little bit. If you are on steroids, you have ability to get away with so much carbs. You can eat so much carbs, you can eat so much sugar, and you are still not going to bulk too much compared to somebody who is natural. Some people who are natural like us, even a little bit of increase in the amount of carbs you are having, if it's above the normal that you usually have for you to stay shredded, you just find yourself starting to bulk. because steroids usually help you to burn extra fats in a way. It helps to burn fats as you build muscles at the same time. So for some of us, like us who are natural, we really need to be very keen on the amount of carbs we are eating. If you notice that you're gaining so much weight, it means you're having too much. When I say weight, I mean fat weight. It means you're eating too much carbs. Chances are you're eating too much carbs, and you need to check or track down on it. The guys who are on steroids, I think they can get away with a little bit of it, not as much as us. Another difference, something that you need to fix if you're working out naturally, and you have to grow that beautiful body naturally. You need to be more consistent. Guys who are on steroids have this advantage. They lose the muscles really fast. They really lose. Like, for instance, if you're working out naturally, you can go for 3-4 months without working out. You will not see so much change. But somebody who works out on steroids, if they stop using the steroids immediately and they stop working out, after a week you start seeing a very big difference in their body. But now they have this advantage that even if they get out of it and then they get back, they'll gain back all the weight and the muscles really fast compared to us. For us, it's not easy to lose our muscles, but also it's not easy to gain it back. So for us, if you're a natural bodybuilder, you're a natural athlete, you just need to stay consistent throughout the year. If you have to go away for whatever reason, just make sure that you minimize those times so that you're in the gym, working out, and tracking your diet as continuous and consistent as possible compared to the person who's on steroids, because the guys on steroids have the advantage of, even if they go through so much bulk, the weight can always come back. Another thing which is very important is that many people usually follow these influencers online who tell you guys that if you want to gain a certain amount of muscle, you need to go through a very serious bulk, then you cut down on the fats so that you rebuild the muscles that you've been gaining when you're going through the bulk. But now the problem with bulking when you are a natural bodybuilder is that you can gain the fats, yes. It's easier to get the fats when you're natural, yes. But now losing the fat is going to be very difficult compared to somebody who's on steroids. So this advice mainly usually comes from influencers who are on steroids or who are on PEDs, who are enhanced or who are on SAMs. So these guys, when they tell you to bulk and they cut and you see it's working for them, it's because majority of these guys are not natural. Personally, I've never gone through that, bulking, then cutting, bulking and cutting, because my body is natural. It's consistent. It doesn't fluctuate easily like that. It doesn't just turn off fats then turn on muscles that easily compared to somebody who's on steroids. So for me, I just need to keep my body as lean as possible, as long as possible. And when I want to gain muscles, even if I'm gaining it through a bulk, it must be a mini bulk, in that the amount of fat that I'm gaining during that time needs to be on the minimum, because I know how much work I'm going to have to go through, I'm going to have to do for me to go back to doing what is called cutting that weight again and revealing that muscles. And also another thing is that somebody's on steroids, when they gain the bulk, the weight, then now it's their time to cut down on the fats. The steroids usually helps them to select the fats and, for lack of a better word, and leave the muscles when cutting down. But as for us who are natural, when you're a natural bodybuilder, when you're cutting down, it's very difficult to just cut down the fats. You're also going to cut down some muscles, because you don't have those drugs in your body to help you retain those muscles during the time when you're cutting. So that time when you're on a caloric deficit, when you're now cutting down, when you're on a major caloric deficit, you're going to lose so much fats, but also in the same time you're going to lose more muscles compared to somebody who is natural. Somebody who is natural can lose the fat selectively and leave the muscles, and they'll just lose a little bit of it. So if you really want to maintain and you have to grow consistently as a natural bodybuilder, I just need you to be consistent over the year. The main word is being consistent, and avoid this yo-yo dieting where you are gaining, losing in the name of cut and bulk. But if you just need to, if you're somebody who's super skinny, you just need to increase your calories, but to the minimal, so that you don't gain too much fat. And you'll notice that you're just gaining too much fat, just reducing your carbs. But don't keep it in your mind that let me just gain so that when I start cutting down, I'll cut all of it. It's not going to be that easy, because you're just not on drugs. And this might make you get to a place where you get tempted to start those things. Or it can make you, people usually think that it's easy when you bulk, then you cut. But what people are never told most of the time, these influencers never tell you that majority of people who bulk usually end up remaining at the bulk. Coming back is usually more difficult. There are many people who are, who started by bulking, then they ended up being fat people instead of bulking then cutting down, because they tried to cut and it became so difficult to an extent that they were like, let me just maintain it this way. So If you gained 1 or 2 out of this video, it should be mainly about check out your diet and make sure that it's clean as possible. If you're not on steroids or any PEDs, because you have a system that is very selective and it's very natural. Your body is just working in a way that it was set to work without any extra additions, and that's why it becomes very, very difficult for you to lose fats if you go too far to gaining it, because our bodies are meant to gain fats, not to lose, by the way. So unless you are on steroids, losing it is always going to be very difficult. So if you want to gain muscles, just concentrate on gaining the muscles by increasing the proteins rather than increasing too much carbs, because the carbs, when you increase them too much, they're going to give you the energy, yes, you're going to lift more weight, yes, but you're also going to have more fats in your system that you're going to work harder to lose, that you might end up never losing, and if you lose them, you're going to lose them with so much muscles. If you like whatever I'm saying, if you like the information I'm giving you in this channel, just know that there's some much more wisdom in this YouTube channel, and it's the YouTube channel for you if you want to have a perfect body, a healthy life, and a long one for that matter. If you like me, if you like this video, just like this video and share this for anybody who might also like me, and we could be friends. Let me see you in the next one.